Camera? Say hi.
Hi.
You're watching Recine Time.
Recine Time.
I'm Alex.
Yay.
All right, we'll try it again. Say hi. Talking to the mic. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm Alex.
Alex.
And you're watching Recine Time.
Recine Time.
Life's moving very fast, and I'm not apologizing to you. I don't know what I did. I'm not apologizing to anybody.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The Racines never stop hustling. We never stop hustling. We never stop grinding. We never stop putting out content. Okay, so but that did happen, right? Can we talk about that?
I mean, obviously we're already talking about it. Yeah, it did happen.
You have autism.
What's wrong with that? I'm passionate about stuff. I don't wish you would do anything. I just
I can't control you.
I'm just taking my shoes off really fast.
Why?
Because I want to show you some clap push-ups. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Mike and Deb.
Hi.
A very special, patriotic episode of the show. It's 4th of July weekend. We're celebrating we're celebrating freedom to not circumcise your. That's kind of what we're celebrating, actually. We're celebrating that we don't have to mutilate our.
Do you wish that you were not circumcised?
Every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel mutilated?
I can't say I feel mutilated because it's like Quasimodo doesn't know what it's like to feel normal.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like Quasimodo doesn't know what it's like to have like a regular upright body.
Right.
And not a face that's all disfigured.
True.
But yeah, I mean I do think that my penis is severely disfigured.
Okay.
It's been mutilated by
There's this episode's already offering people a lot of stuff. Our feet are out. You're talking about penises. Mm-hmm. So happy 4th of July.
Yeah, happy 4th of July, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot to get into today. First of all, we borrowed these. First of all, we're in the suburbs. We borrowed these chairs.
Yeah.
From our neighbor next door. We also borrowed a couple beach chairs, too. I was like, we could do the show in beach chairs.
Yeah, but this looks great.
This looks good. But then shout out to the Sutherlands who live next door.
Thank you, Sutherlands.
And they said, no, use ours. And these are very nice. And it's like that's what I like about being down here.
Or neighbors in general. We had that in Brooklyn in one apartment. We had like a community of neighbors.
Now we have neighbors in our building, but I feel like they all hate us.
No, they don't hate us. Why would they hate us? I never feel hated.
Oh, okay.
You feel hated?
I was just trying to start a piece of comedy.
Oh.
I was just trying to start a little piece of comedy.
Oh, yeah, they hate us.
Well, it's not that they hate us, but it's like a weird, we live in a very like Hey Arnold type building.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of an eclectic mix of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the couple that doesn't look like they belong together.
Are they a couple?
Are they?
I have
not?
no idea.
They have to be.
They don't look visually like a couple.
Yeah. Right, because he's a small guy. And she's beautiful, by the way. She's want to say. Our neighbor's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, is this Patreon?
What's that?
Is this Patreon?
I didn't say anything that should be behind the I didn't say anything
I'm just
that wouldn't
wondering.
be in front of the paywall.
Yeah.
I said we have a beautiful neighbor.
Yes.
We have I wish there was an abbreviation to describe what she is, you know? I wish there were like a series of letters that could
right, if only.
If only there was like 3 letters.
Right.
You know? Maybe 2 of the same letter. And then we have that older gentleman who's like one of those who's like a classic, 90s movie character.
Yeah,
he's kind of like the guy
lived there for a long, long time.
Yeah.
He probably pays like $75 for rent.
And he's kind of like the guy from Home Alone a little bit.
Yeah, the sidewalk
solitary guy, keeps to himself.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I told him we had the baby, he was like, "Oh, that's great, congratulations!" And he like shook my hand.
Yeah, when he saw that I was pregnant, he thanked me for increasing the population because our generation was not doing that.
Oh, that's kind of odd. What is he, a birther? What is a birther?
I have no idea.
It's
I didn't know.
someone who's, like,
Did you make that up?
Kids? No, it's something that's out
It's a
there.
word.
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Sometimes I'm like, am I behind on everything, or am I just a little like, am I behind on all the terms, or am I a little actually too online? Do I know too many?
You are
terms?
too online, if anything. Yes, you know too many terms. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're like my teenager who comes home speaking slang I don't understand.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Right.
You know all the like pop songs and singers. And,
Well, it keeps you young.
right. You're
Yeah, I
welcome.
mean, you got to keep up on the slang, keep up on the, who the kids are listening to. Keeps you,
Right.
keeps you young, keeps you, But yeah, so he's like, he said, thanks for keeping up the population of the building or of
No, like
the world.
something like that. Aren't people not procreating or
They're not,
something?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
like it was something like this. I don't know what he said.
Yeah,
But yes, I just had a baby 2 weeks ago,
yeah. Millennials aren't having children.
and here I am doing this show. I haven't
Here I
spent
am back at work.
I haven't spent a single day resting in bed postpartum.
Well, we're entrepreneurs. We work all the time.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Feels good to work through the holiday.
Does
Not
it?
if I had a boss right now who was like, and I had to be on the phone,
Right.
you wouldn't respect me. But because this is my own business, I'm running my own business,
Right.
where I think that it's kind of cool. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool being like, Daddy has to work, but Daddy's not some, Daddy's not some corporate. I'm not like my cuck father.
Why? Who has provided this lovely environment for all of us to just mess around in. Hey, Al.
Oh, we got a special guest.
Nope,
Alex, do you want to come
never
on the
mind.
show? Okay.
He doesn't want to.
All right. That's my brother Alex. He's over there
Hi,
hovering.
Benny. You want to come sit with Mommy? Okay.
No.
Yeah. I was going to lose respect for you if this didn't start any sooner.
Okay.
Mike going back and forth and in and out of the house. I was like, let's go.
We had a little issue with the camera battery.
Yeah, I don't know. That
We're
is
still kinda
frustrating.
dealing with. You were the last one to use the camera.
It worked
so
fine for me, and I thought I charged
There's
it
another
for you all
battery charging
night.
right now. No, I tried to. Nobody cares about this, but I tried to plug in the battery. I tried to plug in
The camera, yes.
Yeah, I tried to give I got that orange extension cord. See, I don't know. Is this the life that I want? My shed, my orange extension cords, my hose.
I'll
It's fun, like,
I'll have to tape you on a tour
Yeah.
of that life you're wondering if you need.
just fun teaching
The
my son.
hydrangeas.
It's teaching my son how to use tools and stuff. Borrowing tools from your neighbor.
Yeah, but in order to afford this life, you have to work more than you are willing to. And I can't imagine you having
Yeah.
a boss. I don't think that you always say, like, I don't want to listen to people. Like, I can't imagine you listening to anyone and taking any direction or anything like that.
If I respect them, I think I would. I think I would probably have to arm wrestle them, whoever they are.
Right?
You
It's
know?
a good strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, we could arm wrestle, and then we'll figure out if I can take orders. from
Gotcha.
you. Yeah. So I was in kind of a. I want to get into this because I was in kind of a bad. Well, I was in a good mood last night because I'm like, oh, it's 4th of July weekend. No, actually, I was in a bad mood last night. No, I was already in a bad mood because we had a guest cancel.
Mm-hmm. Mike's like a vampire or a werewolf. Maybe a werewolf. He could be like pleasant during the day, but nightfall comes and he's just takes a turn.
Fine, okay.
But I guess it's because that's when you're supposed to be doing things that go awry.
You know what happened though? I had 2 people kind of like soft cancel on me. Does that ever happen to you? When people go, I had somebody go, it's supposed to. There's thunderstorm warnings.
I know that was a weird excuse, and it really didn't do any thunderstorms.
And then it's like you're gonna take the subway to a studio.
Right.
You're only gonna be above ground for a little bit, but then it's like people's. I don't know. I don't know if I could ever run a company. I think I'd be like a.
Well, I'm kind of like ripping off Subway Takes and doing a little Instagram series called Speech and Feeding Takes.
Okay.
And I've recorded with 3 people out of like the 13 I probably asked, and everybody else has last minute canceled. So I'm just gonna like do it again on one day. I'm gonna be like, sign into the Zoom if you want to participate.
Yeah, it's just sort of like part of the business. Like part of the, it's just the name of the game.
And I'm also booking. I'm booking a comedy show at the Stand in New York City. It's August 7th, 7:30 show. And even that show, this is my third
it's my grandma's
annual.
100th birthday.
Oh, it is on the 7th.
Yeah.
Oh well, I can't go to it. I'm just booking it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm on maternity leave.
Right.
So then you can't be on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's whoa. But anyway, it's my third time booking this show, and I always have to overbook it because comedians always cancel.
Yeah.
And this is not the only show. I've done non-charity shows.
It's not just cancel. It's like they all just like let you down.
Mm-hmm.
They just let you down, and they abandon you. That's the word. They abandon you.
Well, I guess like in order to succeed in this business, you have to just be like eye on the prize, only looking.
But
out
what's
for
the
yourself.
prize? I'm sorry. What's the prize? Is the
I don't know,
prize like?
Instagram
Is the
followers?
prize? I guess, but is the prize isolating every single person that you? Because now the more I think about it, I'm like. None of these people are. I don't respect any of these people. And none of these people would. Hey, buddy. None of these people would. Like, if I feel like if you passed away or something, I don't think any of these people would even call me. I think if you were killed in a car accident, I doubt that I would get a phone call from most of these people.
Is this what you fantasize
that I
about?
consider my
Maybe Deb
friends.
will die and my friends will be my friend again?
I guess a little bit, yeah.
Oh, my God.
No. Not my friends will be my friend again. I fantasize about being like, hey, thanks for calling me when my wife died.
I'm outliving you.
I know. Of course you are. Unless there's like some kind of accident or something or something.
Which would be terribly
some
tragic.
Hostage situation
'Cause I
gone
am
wrong. No, of course it'd be
Pretty
tragic.
well liked.
Yeah.
So
You see
you
what I'm
would
getting at,
definitely
though.
get calls and texts.
But you see what I'm getting at. It's
Because
like the
everyone
people,
would feel terrible for my children.
Yeah.
That they have to deal with you and whatever horror you come up with.
But I'm saying the people the people closest to me in my
Right.
life, I don't think would even pick up the phone if something. Let's not go that morbid.
Yeah, let's not use me.
All right, fine. If
Like if you
if
lost
my
a limb.
mother got taken hostage by Hamas,
They'd be like, hey,
Uh,
man, your
I don't
buddies
think they
in
would-
green.
no, they wouldn't even do that. They wouldn't even
Oh.
call. They wouldn't even think to call me. Soder would, but Soder wished me a happy birthday.
That was nice. Did you wish him a happy birthday?
I sure did.
Good.
Yeah, that's the kind
A
of
lot
guy
of
that he
June
is.
birthdays in comedy.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm kind of
Michelle Wolf wished me a happy baby
good.
on her birthday.
Oh, nice. But I texted her because we're
You have the same
we're
birthday, yes.
twins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of in a bad mood because somebody canceled on me.
Right.
Then this person canceled. So then, Johnny was like, "Well, then should we just do it?" Now it's Now the show comes out. It's supposed to come out on Friday. Johnny was like, "Do we want to just do tomorrow then with a guest?" I'm like, "Why don't we just do it? Why don't we just do it, me and you? I mean, it's the summer. People's expectations are nice and low.
We just had a baby.
We just had a baby. Although
Who
it
is probably
is about
inside crying.
2 weeks. It's time to get back to work. I
Not
think.
really. 3 months. But all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going back
For
to work
you.
in 3 months. I'm waiting longer than that.
Okay.
Yeah. So everyone sign up for Patreon. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Because Mike will need more money to pay bills. But
I am working on it. But I mean, but dads have to go back to work. How long do dads get for maternity leave?
usually like
Paternity
3.
leave?
Look, your dad keeps coming back and forth. I think he's
Oh.
like, oh no, Deb's talking.
Do you need something?
I think he does. So you talk and I'm going to go check on this baby.
The baby?
Yeah, well, he keeps coming.
All right. We got a low battery though, so why don't we just? Why don't we just cut? All right, take 2.
All right.
Now, is that crooked?
Yeah, it looks a little lopsided. Hi, Frank. That it does have to get tightened. Is it too heavy on one side? I think it's still crooked.
How do I know if it's not crooked?
All right, don't yell. No, it's got to go towards me more. Yeah. Good.
What?
You want to bring the computer inside? Can you ask Nanny to bring it in for you?
Check. All right. So anyway, where was I? Everyone abandons me.
So Frankie is worried that Mike is upset, so he's got to come and calm him down.
That's good that someone gives a shit. This dog with a big cancerous lump
That's
on
not
his
a.
chest.
It's not. It's a
How do you
skin
know?
tag. Because cancer would be like below the skin. This is above the skin.
Really?
Yes.
Still looks a little crooked. Great. Now my dog's dying.
He's not.
Everyone abandons me and my dog is dying.
No.
I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm really not.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to be. Is that? So anyway, so then I'm on Twitter. So
now
then
it's just dog butt.
So now when somebody cancels on you,
Yeah.
then that attitude like spreads, you know. So then
Right,
Johnny
it's like,
goes,
let's just give up.
right. So then Johnny goes, and it's, I mean, in everybody's defense, it does feel good to give up.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. I like giving up sometimes. Well, when you're allowed to give up, you know.
Yeah.
When school closes.
Oh, yeah, we love that.
When the principal has a heart attack.
Oh.
I'm not going back to class. Come on, you know.
Yeah, when 9/11 happens.
When 9/11 happened, which I didn't get off for school for 9/11.
I think we got sent home early.
We didn't even get sent home early.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you were in North Jersey.
Yeah. And
I guess North
most
Jersey
of
was, like,
the
more
parents in my school worked in the city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or a lot of them.
Yeah. But yeah, so giving up always feels pretty good.
It's hard for me to give up. I'm usually pretty determined to like complete things that I initiated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, like if it's something that I don't want to do, like all the things you've listed.
Yeah. So then Johnny's like, all right, let's try to do tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow's 4th of July. Everybody's
Right.
out of town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you know, like I'm not like some of the people that we know that have podcast empires that scream at their producers.
Right.
I never want to be that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, all right, fine. But I guess my attitude's always like, well, if somebody, you know, if they don't want to do it, then I'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. Whatever. It's not like it happens all the time.
And
I
this
think
was
it's just-
my idea, so really I figured
This was
it
your
out.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm on. So I'm like, all right, we'll just do it. You know, we'll have a little summer episode.
Yeah.
We'll do a little summer episode. by
And
the
later,
pool.
I mean, are you going to grill?
Yeah.
All right, so
I got
later
a grill.
I know, right? So later I'll film you grilling. You can talk about what you're doing. You can mash this all together. It'll be like a Recine 4th of July documentary.
Is that stuff that people like want to do?
I think that people would be interested in grilling over you complaining about everyone bailing on you in this life.
Betraying me?
Yeah. I bet like if you took a poll, can you put a poll on the screen now where the viewers can vote immediately? What would you rather hear about?
It's
Mike
not
being
just
abandoned
me.
or grilling?
Sure. I mean, it's not just me. I feel like it's a common, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a common
Well,
issue.
I think you need to learn that you are your own best friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, once people learn that, that's That's very liberating,
But
I
human
think.
beings are not like what animal in nature is like a solitary? Like human beings are not jaguars. We're not.
I don't know, that
orangutans.
tiger that we watched last night was on their own.
Right, but humans are not solitary creatures. We're social creatures.
Yeah, but I think like next to each other. Not everything is collaborative. Not everything is like maybe some cultures.
Most of human history is collaborative.
I don't know.
The greatest things that have been achieved, I think, in human history have been collaborative.
Okay, but like those are
It's
the
not like
greatest
one
things
guy.
in history. I think on a daily basis, you need to. I think people would be at more peace and be more successful if they realize that they're
rely on
their own
themselves.
best friends and that they have a lot within their own control. And blaming or depending on others is probably detrimental to their progress or success.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have an internal locus of control. I can control this, or I did this. This was my fault, or this was my success. Not external locus of control. Because I was abandoned, I was unable to.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm not saying I was unable. Look at me. We're perfectly able.
That's right.
Look how able I am.
Able. I'm very able.
Yeah, look how able I am right now.
Yes.
But anyway, so I'm on Twitter, and then some guy tweets at me, and he goes, Peter Ravello said that you were an awful mover, and I believe him. I go, okay, what's this about? I go, first of all, me and Peter Ravello were both drivers at the movie
He's from
company.
Staten Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter and I were
Those
both
Staten
driving.
Islanders.
What about
Just
them?
love to start shit.
Yeah. And at first I gave Peter the benefit of the doubt. I gave that snake I gave that snake the benefit of the doubt. Because I said me and Peter were both drivers at the moving company. We barely ever worked together. There were guys that were like, staples at the moving company, but I never worked with them because we both were drivers. They wouldn't put two drivers on a job together. Peter and I did one job together, and it was a job that was going up to Boston, which I might add had the most complicated sleeper sofa I've ever seen, which we had to like take apart and put back together, and I couldn't put it back together. I left. I left the job.
Oh, so baby, that's why. And did you leave him with the sleeper sofa?
No.
Oh,
I just said, listen, I can't figure this out.
great. Good. I'm glad you gave up on that.
I did. It felt great. It felt great to give up.
Yeah. I think your mortal enemy might be the sleeper sofa.
It is.
Yeah.
I
Is
don't
there
know.
any worse piece of furniture?
There is not.
Is there ever a good time to buy one?
No.
Just get a
it
blow-up
doesn't make
mattress.
sense. Yes, it doesn't make sense for anyone
Yeah, it is like
to have one.
the
had
tiniest
one.
little mattress. I mean, I've
Tiny
slept on
mattress.
plenty.
Yeah. Unless you have guests like all the time. I don't know. I mean,
Divorced parents' life. That's what it's why you have it.
Right.
So you need a bed every other weekend.
But what's wrong with just sleep? Oh, right. But what's wrong with just sleeping on a couch?
There's more than one of you.
Sure. Okay. All right.
There might be 7 of you.
Yeah. So I don't like, especially in the city. I don't think they.
Right.
I don't think they serve
On
any
a
purpose.
walk up. You don't think a 5th floor walk up needs a metal framed sleeper sofa?
No.
No.
But anyway, I go. What's this about? Like me and Peter barely ever worked together, and we, like I said, we were both drivers. So the guy's like, why would I lie? And he sends me a screenshot of the podcast. He was on. This is funny, right? Me talking about everybody who's betrayed me.
I don't know. We'll find out. Please
hope so.
comment if you
Yeah.
want to hear about this.
Yeah. Please comment.
And what do you
So,
think about Peter Ravello, that's Staten Island snake?
Well, I thought he was. I know he
he
was
was
that's a
always
good-
very nice.
I know it. That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts. He was
Yeah.
always a very nice, guy, but nobody really has any type of.
And
Well,
also,
anyway.
you just said you're only saying Peter, and it was Andy who was it was his podcast.
It was mostly Andy. So it was Andy's podcast.
Okay, so maybe
yeah.
Peter was just being a yes man to Andy.
No, I'll play it for you.
All
They
right.
did it. They did it together. Yeah.
I was like,
So-
Mike, what are
so
you
I'm-
listening to? Is somebody talking about you on a podcast? Because I could tell from his attitude. He's like, no, why? And then he eventually was like, well, you really want to know? So Andy and
That's
Peter,
not what I sounded like.
Andy
Come
and
on.
Peter said I'm a bad mover. And I'm like, okay, are we like in a contest to be the best mover? And then I was like, what'd they say? And he's like, do you really want me to repeat it? I'm like, no, I guess.
It wasn't like that.
Like, I understand because if
I-
somebody said I
listen,
was the worst
listen.
waitress, I'd be like, reality check.
Exactly.
I'm a rock star waitress.
Right. You're not
And-
trying to be the best waitress, but if you did
But
something.
I am.
Yeah.
I am not trying because I am the best.
Well,
I was
if I said
always
that-
high guy. I always nailed my section.
Well, if
You
I said
know?
to Andy, hey, Andy, no one likes working with you because you act like you're God's gift and you act like you're better than everybody, that would hurt his feelings if he heard that on a podcast. If
Yeah,
I
good
said-
thing you
if
said it
I
on a
said-
podcast.
If I said you act like you're God's gift to moving and you act like you don't belong there and you act like this job is beneath you. When
Here,
we're both,
I'll talk about
When
Andy.
we're both, yeah, please.
So Andy used when he was single and he was living with us, he would tell girls that he actually is not a mover. He's in the furniture restoration business, so
Oh,
that
really? He would also.
because it's like more charming to like acquire and refinish furniture than it is to be a mover.
Which I understand. I mean, you're on a podcast and you probably exaggerate a little bit.
Mhm.
I understand that impulse, you know? Like, I almost did it just now. I almost said Andy used to lie and say that he had a puppy. Which I don't think he did that. But
Oh,
he
our
did,
puppy?
But he would, like, when Frankie was a puppy and we
Mhm.
were living together, he would take the puppy and he would, like, bring it into his room when he had a girl over.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. You can give my puppy attention if I'm not home. I'm not going to be a selfish.
Yeah, but it was at
Person.
night when we were all home. Anyway,
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever.
So they yeah, they just essentially said that I was like one of the worst. First of all, and everyone's entitled to their
Yeah,
opinions.
like what would make? I think a bad mover is somebody who takes a lot of breaks, who is on their phone too much, or who is lazy. Which I can't imagine. I think you wouldn't be on your phone. I can't imagine you. Were you on your phone a lot?
I have strengths and weaknesses.
Oh my god!
You know, well, I'm on my. No, I'm not on my phone like that. Not during a job, but I definitely have my strengths and weaknesses. I'm a little scatterbrained. I'm not the most agile person in the world.
Right,
you
you
know,
did
I used
step
to-
on a TV once, right?
That was not my fault.
And you did come home with somebody's couch leg once.
And I still have it. And I've been meaning to. I feel bad because she paid a lot of money for that move.
And you did lose crib hardware once.
And I returned it.
Right.
I think I returned. I made that right. But that lady, I could tell that lady was mad at me.
Yeah.
No, you lost the crib hardware. Because
No?
I remember telling her over the thing. I said my girlfriend lost the hardware.
How would I have lost it? I didn't do your moving job.
You did something. You might have thrown them out. I remember saying
Was
my
it
girlfriend.
were you supposed to? You probably
Somebody-
just blamed me, but were you supposed to bring somebody else's crib hardware home with you?
No, I forget.
Mm-hmm. And then one time you were moving with Chris DiStefano and you got a ticket.
Why are you bringing all this stuff up? Yeah, I got a ticket for not wearing my seatbelt in the van. That has nothing to do. Well, okay, so. All right, I'll give you some dirt. We'll be right back with more show because we got to change the camera battery again.
Okay.
But I got some dirt on both those guys.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I'm just
stick
saying,
around.
like, these are the worst things Mike did, which is not, like, being the worst mover. Like, he's very strong. He's very nice and friendly, and customers like to work with him. All his customers are repeat customers. He's not weak, and he's not lazy. So, I don't know. He just, ticket for no seatbelt, lost crib hardware, and still has a couch leg.
Yeah, if that's the worst I did,
Stepped on a TV.
No, that was that was something different.
Oh.
He put it on the truck the wrong way.
Oh, who did?
The client.
Oh.
The client put the TV on the truck
Right. Okay.
in a way that I never would have done,
Right.
and then I stepped on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we got to change this damn camera battery again.
All right.
So we'll be right back with more tea.
This is the
This is the
shit talk
this is
Andy
the
and
Racine-
Peter.
Yeah, it sure is. This is the Recine time gossip hour. Stick around because we lived with Andy Haynes, so we know we got all the dirt on that snake in the grass. That snake in the grass drug addict.
No, he's not a drug addict.
No, he's not. Oh, he's not. No,
Yeah,
he's
maybe like antidepressants, like the drugs that you're supposed to take to make you better. No, but not a drug addict, no.
Yeah, so we'll be right back. Stick around. And we're back. There's something
We're
I
back.
wanted to say.
It was the gossip hour, but we got
know, it was-
interrupted by our kids. It's funny that we have kids now.
Yeah, it was something about like being down here and
Borrowing from neighbors?
no. Damn it.
I don't know.
Anyway,
You didn't share it with me.
so the last time I worked with Peter Ravello,
Right.
he like almost ran a guy over at a gas station.
Oh.
And the guy was like mad and I had to like apologize to the guy. I apologized.
Right. And he was driving?
He was driving.
Yeah.
The guy was like, "You just came like 2 inches from killing me."
Oh my God.
And I was like, "I'm
I'd
sorry,
be mad
sir."
too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you talked him out of being mad? It's a good mover.
I said I apologize, sir. I got in the passenger seat. But yeah, and then what were we even talking about? Oh, so
we
I
were
don't
talking
wanna,
about living with Andy.
Yeah. So I don't want to dwell on this forever, but
Living
you know.
with Andy was fine. He does have jokes about how like he lived with a couple and it's like he wasn't supposed to exist because like he would open his door at like and see us on the couch and be like, "Oh, I'm like in the middle of your life." And that's weird. He has a joke something like that. Obviously, he told it funny because he's funny. Careful, Benny. The baby's
yeah,
sleeping
I
in
just
there.
Yeah,
But
well,
the thing
everybody-
about living with Andy that drove me crazy
yeah.
was that so he's like kind of type A and tidy and stuff. So like if there was any mess, he would complain about it. But usually like Mike made the mess and maybe like I was already annoyed about the mess and then Andy would complain about the mess. Look at you! Benny's in a box of water balloons. And so I had to be annoyed twice about things, which really ticked me off. Like, because I was already annoyed about a mess, and then I had to have Andy complain to me about a mess I was already annoyed about.
I just don't have time for anybody.
And that was annoying.
Yeah, well, I just don't have time for anybody who acts like they're God's gift to the universe while they have like $40,000 in credit card debt and no relationship, and they're renting my spare room and not paying rent. Anyway, but it's fine. It's okay. I mean, anybody's entitled to their opinions about the way that I work. And like I said, I know my strengths and weaknesses. Like
Right.
I guess at one point I was strong.
You're
yeah,
still
I guess
strong.
I guess I'm not like agile, but you don't have to be that agile to be a mover.
Well, you don't want to like crash into walls or break things.
Sure. The point is, I haven't worked with him in like 10 years.
Right. So it was out of line for him to say this about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, and I'll just say this last thing before we move on to something else. But everybody says there's like a male loneliness epidemic and a male suicide epidemic, and they all want to blame it on women, but it's because we all have like piece of shit traitor friends.
Right. If you had better
Who-
friends, then you would stop offing yourselves at the inconvenience of your
Yeah.
family.
Yeah. I had more to say about this before I took a dip in the pool.
Ah,
I'm not like upset about it anymore.
right,
I
because the
don't care.
pool helped you.
Yeah, I actually just feel bad for him.
Yeah, he
I'm
doesn't
just-
have this
I'm
pool.
just down here with my nice pool.
Well,
my
I'm
nice
sure
family
his,
and my nice
I'm
pool.
sure his wife has a nice pool at.
Why are you bringing that up? Why can't you yes and me?
What did she? Oh no, boring. That's because he calls things boring because of an episode of Bluey.
Yeah. Tell him he's a cunt.
Oh no way.
Give him a timeout.
Sorry, I should just yes and you. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't have a nice pool at my parents' house. I don't even have parents at a house.
You don't even have parents.
I know. I don't even.
We don't want to talk about your dad too much on the show, do we? This is the gossip hour.
Right, gossip. I don't know. That's not like so motivating to me, but
All right.
I'm fine with anything.
Well, you were just talking about how when you were a kid, he kicked your mom and you and your sister out of the house.
Right. Well, he found out that my mom was cheating on him with like a cook or maybe even like a dishwasher at Perkins, where she worked the night shift as a waitress.
Mm-hmm.
But so he wasn't like, I'm out of here. He was like, you leave.
With the kids.
With the kids, which I thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. Yeah. So what a nightmare, right? Wouldn't you just be like, peace out, you whore, and I'm leaving you?
I wish we were live right now. I wish we could gossip about more people. But anyway, yeah, get your shit together.
But
Mr. Brooks.
Don't clip this. Because he does follow you on Instagram, and I feel like you're constantly posting that like fuck a corpse thing.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we can move on to something. I'm just saying that, like, you know, once again, just want to reiterate, I don't have any friends and everyone's betrayed me.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, do you want to be Mike Racine's friend? Send him an email at what the hell is the email for this show? You could do Mike Recine Comedy.
The problem with that is there's a few people.
Or booking at MikeRacineComedy.com. That's an email.
The problem with that, though, is there's a few people online who like do think that we're friends. They DM a little too much.
Yeah.
So I don't want to enter into anything that
Right, yeah. But one time you were like, during the pandemic, Mike was like, well, I would come to people's house to barbecue, and people like signed up for that, and then we made friends.
Oh, yeah.
In Buffalo.
Yeah. Shout out to Charlie and
Lee. Yeah. And Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. So it can work to your benefit.
That was a great gig.
Yeah. Yeah. So I liked that. That was fun. It's hard to make friends as an adult. I think that's like a big fear about moving to the suburbs.
Yeah, but it's hard to maintain friends too.
Yes, it is. Especially when your life changes. Like one of my single...
Everybody calls you a bad mover and betrays you.
One of my single friends who doesn't have kids just texted me with my other single friend who doesn't have kids, and they're just like having brunch in DC.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen them in a while, and it just feels like, are we friends anymore?
Well, that's nice, but I don't know what I'd be doing today if I didn't have children.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm happy with my life. But yeah, it's hard when your life changes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get into this. We'll move on. The New York Times came out with a list of the best movies of the 21st century. Do you have your phone?
Yeah. It's over on the table. And in my opinion, not too many good movies came out in the 21st century. Because if you ask me what the best movies are, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And those are what, like 99?
Yeah, or like starting in 97, I think. I'll go get my phone.
Well,
if
we
you
had
want.
we had Liza Banks on the Patreon like last week, and she was born in 98. And I go, man, I feel really bad that you missed the late 90s. That was like such a good. That was like the best.
98 was like a big year.
98 was a big year.
That was like NSYNC and Britney Spears.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And in 97, I remember my older cousins came out to visit, and we like watched MTV with them, and they were into like Smashing Pumpkins and stuff. And my mom got mad because we were watching MTV.
I had like no restriction on what I was able to watch, and I am a more wholesome person than you. So
Yeah.
I just think that like restricting your children too much makes them a bit more vulgar.
But I think we've had a lot of
Or-
fun. We've had a lot of fun in the theaters this in the past like few years. From
Okay.
2000 on.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I've enjoyed. There's a lot of movies I've really enjoyed, like The Accountant.
I didn't
I had
see
a
any of those
blast.
movies. You went to all those movies by yourself or with like Allison
What do you mean?
Libby.
Oh, okay.
I never went to any of these. The only movies that you invited me to were kid movies.
Yeah, we saw La La Land together.
Oh, that was trash.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave. I was like, this is a waste of time.
No, because there's that big musical number in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think
I
that's
like-
when I started to feel like, oh man, what did I just get
where
us
it's like,
into?
there's someone in the crowd. Isn't it like
I don't
know what it is, but
remember.
it's about like L.A. You know.
Yeah.
And
LA.
And then when it was over, I looked at you and you were like, "You picked this movie, Mike."
I love Ryan Gosling, and I was like, I do not want to watch this. I do not want to sit through the rest of this. I hate when I'm watching something and I'm like hoping that's the last scene or that's the last joke or that's the last or it's like an end, and that's too often.
Do you think
We
people?
need to speed it up.
Do you think people get a little too like they defend L.A. too much because they know it kind of stinks?
I don't know because I feel like everybody that I know who is in LA, they like understand it's not New York, but they're there because there's like space
Yeah.
and more like you get this like suburb life but city life because it's still LA. That's what I think is the only benefit to being there. I mean, it could catch on fire at any moment
Yeah.
or like sink.
Yeah. It seemed like that movie was like people trying to celebrate L.A. and it's like you don't.
Do people call it
can- you
La
can,
La Land?
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe
Is that like why that movie's called to that?
It's possible. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's like there's people should like live there and be proud of where they're from, but you shouldn't. I guess you shouldn't try to celebrate it because it's like a child rape.
Right. I was
it's
like
they-
wondering where you were
it's
going
like
to go
all-
with this.
Yeah.
And New York isn't.
What's that?
New York isn't.
No.
But there's still like industry.
Yeah, but there's like there's.
I guess
evil.
it's like way
evil.
worse
It's
because
evil.
there's
Yeah.
there's like Nickelodeon.
Right. New York's not really evil.
Are you sure?
Yeah, what's evil about it? I think it's good.
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, so the New York Times put out this list. The number one movie was Parasite.
Which was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was good. I liked that movie, and it was different and interesting. So fine, I'll take that. But the rest, I was like, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind was actually on this list because apparently that came out in like 2000 or 2001. That was a really good movie. And that was like, I think that was the first movie I ever watched that was weird and different that I liked. And that like kind of shifted my perspective
Yeah.
of movies and
I think
storytelling.
that guy's like a good writer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all like out of order.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, number 2 was Mulholland Drive. I think number 3 and 4 were There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men.
The same movie.
And sure, you just pissed a lot of people off. You just upset a lot of people. They're both movies that I saw in the theaters, and I do feel like
Which one is about the oil?
There Will Be Blood. And
Okay,
that
There
takes
Will Be
place in, like,
Blood.
the 1800s.
Right, and the kid.
It's really not the same movie. It's
that
just
he
they just
adopts,
came
yeah.
out the same year. Yeah.
Right, and then the other one is the horse gun.
The horse gun?
The cow gun.
The cattle gun. Yeah.
With the weird haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But see, I kind of like movies. Like Fargo was like this for me, where the first few times I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is like fine."
Mm-hmm.
But then I watched it recently, and it like clicked. It clicked for me, like how much of a great movie that is. And I think sometimes like I like when they don't like beat you over the head with stuff. So I feel like everybody wants to complain about mansplaining and like film bros and whatever. But I would love for a film bro to explain There Will Be Blood to me. I would love for a guy
I'm
to
sure
like.
there's a YouTube
Dude,
explainer video.
I know, and I really want to watch one. I would love a guy to like take me on a date and like
Tell you why
buy
you
me a
should
vodka.
appreciate.
Yeah, buy me a vodka soda and tell me why There Will Be Blood is a good movie. Because I saw it in theaters. I was really tired when I saw it in theaters. I slept through a lot of it, and then I rewatched it during the pandemic. And I remember thinking like, like you're always like, oh, what's the movie trying to say? What's this movie about? Sexy Beast. We just rewatched a little bit of that recently. Sexy Beast is about somebody making you do
Was
stuff.
that on the list?
I don't know if it was. I didn't look at the whole list.
I only looked at the
was.
top and the bottom.
Yeah.
I didn't look in the middle of the list.
Yeah.
And I looked at the Rolling Stones one, so I didn't even see the same list as you.
But there's plenty of movies where you go like, it might not be well known or whatever, but you go, oh, that was like a great movie. Punch Drunk Love. I mean, that came out in '98. But I like that. I like when they don't beat you over the head with stuff.
Right.
And I like that. Like, someday I might watch There Will Be Blood, and I might go like, oh wow, what a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it's not a good movie just because I didn't enjoy it.
Right.
I'm not so arrogant that I would say, oh, it's not a good movie because it didn't like click for me or whatever. But sometimes I also think like, what's this movie about? And I go, what is it just about like how unbridled capitalism is no good? Because that seems kind of, I don't know. I don't know why people like it so much, but I would love for someone to explain to me why it's good. Same with No Country for Old Men. Nick Mullen is like, what a great movie.
I think it's like about cinematography, the two of them.
But yeah, you think?
I think that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Because I never think about that stuff.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
I never go, oh, that's...
It's not just like the story and the actors. It's like the camera angles and color.
Right. You know when somebody goes, oh my God, that was one shot.
Right.
Why does it have to be one shot?
Yeah.
We just did like
I know, we did like 20 takes of this
episode.
wonderful show.
No one's going to give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the baby's crying. I'm going to hold him for a second.
All right. So she's gonna go ahead and hold the baby. Okay, so yes, I would love for anybody to explain to me No Country for Old Men and There Will Be Blood. A little later on the list was Everywhere, Everything All at Once, the Chinese movie. I didn't think that was a good movie. I watched that on a plane recently. It was like all over the place. I don't know. I remember. Can you come back over here? Because I want to talk about. I think somewhere around. So then I think 14 and 15 were. Oh, you got your phone. Yeah. Amazing. Because right around 14 and 15 was The Lord of the Rings. See what? Why does this go from Grizzly Man? But this isn't. Is this Rolling Stone?
No, that's the New York Times one. I thought.
This is New York Times.
I think so. I don't really know because
Grizzly Man is on here.
I grabbed it quickly.
Okay. So we got one. Yeah, one. Okay, 2 is Mulholland Drive. 3 is There Will Be Blood. 4 is In the Mood for Love, whatever that is. Really? Moonlight, number 5. 6, No Country for Old Men. So they're both up there. Yeah. All right. Eternal Sunshine. What's that about? The guy, he wants to erase the memories of his because he dated a crazy bitch
that he loved.
He
loved her so much.
Yeah.
That
he got a little taste of
devastated when they broke up and she erased him first.
Oh, okay. Because that was like
But the movie starts with them meeting on the train.
Wasn't there an era of movies like that where it was like the guy falls in love with like the quirky girl with purple hair, and she's like, like Along Came Polly?
Yeah, I guess. But she had different color hair, and yeah.
Now number 8, Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele.
I want to see that. I actually just saw
that?
I've never seen it, and I just watched a preview of it, like a scene.
Yeah.
And it did seem very good and creepy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about interracial dating. It's about interracial relationships.
I know, scary. Woo.
No. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, it's about like, I guess it's about, I don't know. I got to rewatch that one. But that was another one where I saw it and I go, okay, that was fine. I like that. Maybe I'm not a movie guy.
Yeah, I mean, like, you are hard to watch movies with.
Yeah.
Every time I have something on, he's like, what's this? Who's that actor? What else is he in? Whose voice is that? What's this about? And I'm like, shh.
But I'm telling you, Deb,
It's been on for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
and like, you want the IMDb for every actor that you see get on the screen.
Well, I want to know who's in the cast. Yeah.
Why? Who cares?
But every movie I watch, every like fifth movie I watch, I go, that was incredible.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, all the movies that I like happened before 2000, I feel like.
Okay, Get Out, number 8. I don't think this is the same list, though. Anyway, The Social Network, number 10. This is New York Times. Yeah, I looked at a different list because Mad Max Fury Road was like number 7. That's another one
So what
where
list were
I
you
saw
looking at?
that in theaters and I said, okay, that was fine.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that's about.
It's Mad Max, but they're like in the desert.
What is Mad Max?
You know, it's like the Mel Gibson movie.
Oh, I
No,
thought
this
he was
is not
canceled.
the list that I. Yeah, from the 80s there was a. Okay, Children of Men. This is supposed to be really good. I saw this in theaters when I was like 16. Don't really remember it. No, I guess I was 18. Inglourious Bastards. That's
yeah.
good, but I feel like Django was better. Okay, we got City of God, number 15. I do remember that. So also the Lord of the Rings movies were on here. The list, at least the list that I saw, it was like they said they had like the Fellowship of the Ring.
So then what list
This must
did
be
you...
a different list. Is this a different
A different New York Times?
This is a different like list from a while ago? This
I
is
don't
definitely
know.
different. Anyway, Lord of the Rings, they did the Fellowship of the Ring at like 14, and then they did the Two Towers at like 15. And then No, I'm sorry. The Return of the King, the third one, was like, okay, this is all right. We can fast forward through this part. The point that I'm making is the Two Towers was objectively the best one in the series.
We watched
like so
all
much
of
more.
the Lord of the Rings when
Yeah.
I was pregnant with Benny.
And you love them, right?
No, I didn't. I don't remember a single thing except for there's like 5 people fighting millions of people, and somehow they keep winning. And then the one guy is obsessed with the other guy. It was like Brokeback Mountain.
Didn't you like Gandalf, the wizard?
I don't even remember that is.
You didn't like Gandalf?
You use like a whole different vocabulary that I don't understand, and you talk about it like so confidently that I would never even get past those books because I'd be like, there's too many words in here that aren't real.
Like what? Orc? Elf? Those are easy to understand. Sword? Why? What's so hard about that? Anyway, I just remember. Okay, so the only thing I want to say, but I remember the second movie. Right, the second movie is when they go to Rohan, the kingdom.
Yeah.
With the blonde guys, and they all ride horses, and they have
the blonde guys that all ride horses. The
Yeah, my
friends that are in love. We know like what. It's all about a ring.
Right. It's about jewelry. Yeah.
And swords.
Yeah, which is a metaphor. There's a guy that swings a big stick with 2 balls at the end of it, like a. Yeah. Anyway, for any of you who are listening who are Lord of the Rings fans,
Sorry.
I feel like back me up on this, but the Two Towers is like, it's so much more emotional. It's so much more high stakes because the kingdom of Rohan is facing.
How is it emotional or high stakes? I'm like, this is all absurd.
Because
they're fantasy.
they're gonna annihilate they're gonna annihilate the whole people. They have to make a stand at Helm's Deep. The valley where there's the wall. Remember the big battle they fought?
The whole thing was battle after battle after battle.
That's
what the whole series
yes,
was. Just
no.
Just a lot of replicated things of battle.
The third movie, yes, but
How many movies were there?
3.
Oh.
The second movie where they fight, where Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas have to fight with the soldiers of Rohan, and then Gandalf comes with the cavalry at the end. Doesn't mean okay.
No, I have no idea.
Well, it's about a people who are going to get exterminated, and they have to make like a last stand. I'm getting emotional just talking about it. But my point is, there's nothing in that.
Yeah, okay.
There's nothing like that in Return of the King. It's too. There aren't any like big emotional moments, but for some reason, in my opinion, The Two Towers is the best in the trilogy.
Are there any Harry Potters on this list?
I don't think so.
Weird.
Yeah.
Because that's... Well, I know where JK is.
Yeah, well, she's
canceled too.
Yeah.
I guess cancel culture isn't real.
Yeah, I guess.
Because they're coming out with
it seems like whoever
Potter
you are,
series.
even if you're Crystalia.
Yeah, you can make a comeback.
Somewhere on this list is Kill Bill Volume 1, which I want to talk about because I've watched that recently. Now, the other thing with these movies is, like, there's some of these movies that I haven't seen. I haven't seen them in, like, 20 years, right?
Right, because it should be 25 years of, yes.
So you're a different person than you were 20
Right.
years ago. So you almost need to, like, watch all 100 of these movies again, like, today, like, within the next 2 weeks, if you really want to make a fair assessment.
Right.
Because I wasn't the same person.
Of, though.
What?
A lot of them I haven't heard of.
Like what?
The one was like a street.
Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's supposed to be good. It's David Lynch. Yeah.
See, I don't know who anybody is. When I was in high school,
It's okay.
all about. I watched
anybody is.
all of Entertainment Tonight and Access Hollywood, and I had all the magazines. I knew every current actor.
Yeah, but that movie came out when you were in high school.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I guess I only knew poppy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I don't even know that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so at around 67, Kill Bill Volume 1.
Got it.
Have you seen that recently?
No.
Yeah. That movie's interesting to me. I watched that on a plane recently, and I was like, oh, I kind of see what Tarantino's going for here. Like, he wants to tell the story about these dangerous, deadly female assassins, and now the one wants revenge on the rest because they betrayed her. Oh, betrayal.
What happened?
What?
Oh, that's a reoccurring theme of this episode.
Yeah, I'm
Betrayal.
Uma Thurman from Kill Bill. I'm Uma Thurman from Kill Bill because everyone's always betraying me.
Who was she married to?
Ethan Hawke.
Right. Okay. I was like, there's some sort of connection here. Yes.
Yeah. So she's like, the premise is she was gonna get married. She was gonna get married, and then the assassins came into her wedding and they killed everybody. And then Bill shot her in the head. Everybody thought she was dead, and now she wants revenge. She's getting revenge.
Oh, that's
on
why
her.
she wants to kill Bill.
That's why she wants to kill Bill.
Yeah, me too. I'd want to too.
Yeah.
He shot her in the head.
Yeah, and right
Did
before
he
Bill,
miss?
I guess it just didn't kill her.
Speaking of, you come back to this.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing on Instagram comparison pictures of Trump's ear from now and his first time as president, and people are saying it was fake. That it was a wrestling move when he squeezed blood on his ear, because cartilage can't be rebuilt, and his ear is completely intact.
But they killed that firefighter. Do you think they staged an assassination attempt and killed one of his supporters? I wouldn't put it past him.
Who's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I seen it on Instagram. The
Yeah.
ears are not different.
Yeah. Do you think
just
that guy
less orange? I think he tanned more.
Do you think that guy is in hell right now being like, it's okay that you killed me, Trump. I still love you.
They are diehard supporters.
They really, yeah.
He's probably I died for Trump, like Jesus.
Right. And it Do you think your mom and Bobby would
Yes.
die for Trump?
Yes. Gladly.
You think they would die for Donald Trump?
Yeah, when he got
Yeah.
shot, we were down the shore, and my mom was like, I can't even go to the boardwalk. They tried to shoot Trump.
Yeah. I know it's a shame she wasn't there to jump in front of to put her skull in front of that bullet.
Right. Anyway, Kill Bill. All right, I would totally want to kill Bill after he ruined my wedding and shot me in the head and ran off.
And she was pregnant. Yeah. Wow. So right before he shoots her in the head, she goes, it's your Bill, it's your baby. And then poof, and then that's like the beginning of the movie. The baby ends up surviving. She thinks she lost the baby, but the baby has lived. That you find out.
So she must have been like in a coma?
She was in a coma. Yeah.
So he didn't.
So they killed everybody at the wedding, but it was only like a 10-person wedding in the desert.
Yeah, it was like
What?
It was light.
It was light, yeah. It was like our wedding. And then so she's trying to get revenge. She's trying to get back at everybody who tried to kill her. The baby has lived. And I think that movie's interesting because it's like
she didn't wake up from a coma and then get her baby back?
She didn't. I guess she didn't know that the baby survived. Because she thought she lost the baby.
Right.
But there's something weird about that movie because it's like I see what he's going for.
It'd be funny if this is not at all what the movie is about because Mike doesn't pay attention.
Yeah.
And all of this is wrong.
Totally wrong, yeah. Oh, no. No, the baby was Bill, actually. No, she finds out at the end that the baby was Bill.
Right.
Oh, no, it's Ethan Hawke in the movie. He's in a wig and a dress.
Right.
Yeah. So all of the... Okay, so I see what Tarantino's going for. He's trying to do this, like, these deadly, cool female assassins.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they all work for Bill, and they all answer to Bill. So they're all, like, under the control of Bill, because they all, he's, like, the head guy. So it's like, it's
are
not
the
really...
the deadly female assassins are trying to get Uma Thurman because she's trying to kill Bill?
She's trying to kill all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's trying to get them all.
Mm-hmm. Like Pokemon cards.
Sure. Yeah, I guess if that's the analogy that you want to use. But it's weird because it's like it's not really like a girl power movie if they all work for a guy.
Right.
Was
Charlie's Angels a girl power movie?
Yeah, I guess.
Was that on the list?
No, it was not. It's what, from like 2003?
I have no idea.
Yeah. We did have a nice childhood. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When was The Hangover? And
I was just hanging out here by the pool, downloading porn.
Sweet.
Going to see Charlie's Angels and Coyote Ugly. That should have been on the list.
Coyote Ugly.
Saw that in theaters a couple times.
Too.
Yeah. I felt like I was being kind of bad.
Yeah. Remember like She's All That?
Yeah, I didn't really see that one, but I saw Loser with Jason Biggs.
Oh, I didn't watch that one.
That's kind of fun. Yeah. What else? What are my other unpopular movie opinions? I forget.
I think your shirt's open.
Yeah.
I bought this outfit for Mike.
What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we're almost.
And this shirt is a
done.
Lullaby shirt. It's the only way this baby wanted to sleep today. I would be happy to do a sponsorship with them. I tried to get a cheaper version of this shirt for Mike, and it was trash.
Look what's on your leg.
Oh my gosh,
is that
get
a
it.
bee?
It's something. Get it off.
It's like a yellow.
Get it
fly
off.
Or something. I like nature.
That was scary.
Mm-hmm.
You did nothing.
Sorry. No, because I was looking at
Kill
it.
Mike.
I don't want to kill one of God's creatures.
What if it stung me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I'll just give you a couple of my favorite movies of the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked what the hell do I like? The Accountant, like I said before.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Affleck movie, he's got autism. and I liked Knives Out.
I
And
would
I
just
said on
love
Twitter,
for you to just give me all the wrong.
the wrong information.
Yeah, like, but you think that's what the movie's about?
I really liked Knives Out, and I said that on Twitter.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "That's the most lived out opinion that you can have." I go, "What do you mean lived out? It's a murder mystery. It's a fun little whodunit. It's a fun little whodunit where the most obvious person did it, but then you're like, maybe they didn't do it, and it's like I don't know. What's that? It's not, because it's like the most obvious person did it, but like how they did it and what they were trying to do.
So that's not a spoiler.
It's not
alert.
really a spoiler because there's like bigger
Not
reveals.
really?
There's bigger reveals throughout the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, this guy did it, but like what he was trying to do ended up being.
Because it sounds like you just did what that kid did to you and Benny in the bookstore.
Oh yeah, that was nasty.
Yeah, you want to tell that story?
I'm reading my kid a book. There's a book called like Animal Rumble in the Jungle or something, and it's like who would win. They had like a tournament of all the animals, so it's like, and you kind of know, it's kind of obvious who it's either going to be tiger. It's going to be tiger or gorilla or whatever. But there's this book. It's like a whole bracket of like fights through the jungle. There's some random animals in there. There's like koala bear.
Right, he's not winning.
Yeah, but
Unless he gives everyone chlamydia or something that takes him out.
interesting. That's where your mind went. Biological warfare. Yeah, and this kid walks by and goes, "Gorilla wins."
Right. This dumb
Yeah.
Brooklyn kid came over and
Yeah.
revealed the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mike's like, Darth Vader's the father in the end.
I know. I'm like, what could I have spoiled for him?
He was dead the whole time.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense.
I'm like, you're never gonna have sex. You're never gonna have sex with a girl.
No, you had to reveal the ending to something classic.
Like what?
I don't know, the Sixth
Yeah.
Sense or Star Wars.
Yeah, but that's like the obvious
What else
thing.
is there? What else has an ending like that? What else has a reveal?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, here's to you, movies. Here's to you, Summer.
What's your favorite movie?
Of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Taxi Driver.
Hmm.
Is that cliche?
I mean, pretty bro-y, but it's fine.
Can I say like Fargo or
Yeah, it's a good one.
or
But I think, like, to be your favorite movie, you have to be able
What
to,
about
like,
Dirty Work?
turn it on all the
what
time.
about Step Brothers?
Yeah, you... Oh, my God. Was that on the list? What year was that?
2007.
Oh. Mike
Yeah.
cackles to Step Brothers like he
Yeah.
never saw it before.
Deb hates it.
Because it's always when our kid's sleeping, and I'm like, why is he laughing this hard at
Deb
something?
gets really upset if I'm laughing. at
Because you
something.
also laugh like a hyena. Like, you're doing... Like, that's how you laugh. And you clap.
No, I don't.
You do, like, at least 2 claps when you laugh hard.
Well, fuck me, everybody. Okay, that's the show.
Don't you
Thanks
want to know what my favorite movie is?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Wait, no, I think I know. Your number 1 is Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
Your number 2 is Big Daddy,
Best movie.
and then your number 3 is like
Probably Scream.
yeah, Scream, or like I Know You Did Last Summer.
Or Cruel Intentions.
You've been watching Friends, and as much as I want to hate it, I can't hate on it.
Yeah, but I started at season 4 because I feel like season 4 is a good time to start shows because they, like, have a rhythm, and, like, you don't want to watch season 1 or season 2 because, like, the film quality is never as good and their hair is always weird. So, like, I don't really start at 1 or 2. So I started at 4. But 4 is a very frustrating season of Friends. A lot goes wrong, and I've had to fast forward. Like, I had to fast forward when Monica bails on the catering business. People are going to be commenting on your penis this whole time. It's very predominant.
That's okay. Speaking of Friends, thank you for being the only one I have,
You're welcome.
because everyone else has betrayed me.
Yeah. Well, in Friends, actually, they all betray
Maybe I
each
should
other
start
a
writing
lot.
a movie called Kill Andy.
But listen, in Friends season 4, they betray
Yeah.
each other a lot. So like, so Ross cheats on Rachel when they were on a break at the end of season 3, and then season 4 starts with like he's dating somebody else, and then they decide to
Because you're not supposed
get
to
back
do that,
together.
right? When you go on a break, you're not supposed to hook up.
Well, not like that day. It was like a couple hours. It was like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he loves to be like, we were on a break.
Right.
Like wait.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then also, like Phoebe lends Monica money to start a catering business, and then they get a van, and they're going to start this company together, and then Monica gets hired as head chef at a restaurant, so she bails on Phoebe. That's betrayal.
Yeah.
So Ross betrays Rachel, Monica betrays Phoebe, and then Chandler falls in love with Joey's girlfriend and kisses her, so he betrays his roommate and best friend.
So it's like testing their friendship.
Yeah, they're like friendship, I guess, has to like withstand betrayal
Yeah.
in TV sitcoms. I don't know.
Well, we'll see, Andy. The ball's in your court. Andy, please kill Peter Ravello for me.
No, we don't hits on people, Michael.
Why not?
Because why don't you ask him to like slime him?
Slime him?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Very inconvenient, but gets the point across.
Yeah, Andy's gonna have to do something to get my trust back.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for having me
Kill him.
on the show, and
Kill him.
I'll
for
be
me.
back soon. But right now, I think I need to lay down.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening. Enjoy.